Hello everyone, good morning. Can you hear me?
Morning, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, for a while lang ha. Let's have the attendance first. Aton,
Present, ma'am.
Kanaya,
Present po, ma'am.
Bangis, Bascones, Bentoso, Besquera, Bongan, Borjos, Usis, Abase,
Present, ma'am.
Caitlin, Oliado,
Morning, ma'am. Present po.
Orlet, Jares, Espinosa, Gamboa, Gomez,
Present, ma'am.
Gimte, Inso, Tape, Pagyuman, Maamo, Agada, Agbanwa, Mapala, Masudog, Yano,
Present po.
Morales, Opado, Padugdog, Iko,
Present, ma'am.
Pulido, Rosane,
Present po.
Talendab, Samoyan,
Present, ma'am.
Silawan, Tolmayor, Uy, Villacorta. Okay, again, Vascones, Bentoso, Borjos, Caitlin, Jares, Espinosa, Gimte, Inso, Lape, Lugyuman, Maamo, Magada, Magbanwa, Mapala, Masudog, Ubado,
Present,
Padug.
ma'am. Masunog po, ma'am, present.
Okay, Morales, Ubado, Padugdog, Pulido, Salendab, Silawan, Solmayor, Uy, Villacorta. Yes. So for this morning, we'll be discussing character array that is still part of array. And by your examination will be this Friday already. That's already the final exam. But we'll be having our comprehensive written final exam on Thursday. Okay. So we'll be discussing until Wednesday. And then on Thursday, also, I will be giving you your plate later. Your final plate. And yeah, 17 is comprehensive written final exam. Ang 18 is um, final hands-on exam or katong programming exam. Okay. Okay, let's start with the character array. So the same with other programming na mga examples nato, we'll always start with hashtag include iostream using namespace std, and we'll be having our int main. So now, since we are discussing character, so we have to. It is more likely this is called character array, but in order for us to get the exact result, we have to add another header file in here, which is what we called hashtag include c string. Okay, so this is another header file that would cater string inputs from the user. So since we are talking about character, so it's more on letters input from the users, which include letters, words, something like that. Okay, so C string is can also be written as string.h, or this one is the older version, pero you can still use this with the same result. Okay, so you can have string.h or C string. So you can either use one. So now, since this is called character array, let's say for example, natay car, and then we have the array name. The same lang gihapon siya pag mag declare ta og array, like single dimensional array, it's just the same with character array. However, here, since this is character array, we'll be using character na data type. So let's say for example, magpa-input lang ta og first name. And since again, this is an array, we have to put a size beside it. Okay, this is our array name. This is our data type, and this is where we put the size of our array. So let's say, for example, 20. Or actually, it's any size because this is not the number of letters that you can input. This is just um, number of ASCII codes or ASCII values that it can cater. Okay, so if you think that your inputs are very long, then you can also have large size in here. Do you understand? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so for example, um, character array lang na first name. So in order for us to get magpa-input lang ta ka user o first name, input first name. And since this is character array, or mangayo siya og input from the user, which is a character that is stored in an array form, we can use the cin dot get line. Meaning to say, kwaon ni ang tibuok line nga gi-input ni user. Unlike if we use string, kanang string lang na dili in character array, it can only cater one word, right? Class? It can only cater one word. However, here you can input as many words as you can because again, whole line ang iyahang ginakuha. Dili lang word per word. Okay? So, get line and then we have the parenthesis. What is your array name? First name, comma, the size of your array. Okay? So, for in ani, let's say for example, isi out lang nato para makita nato. Okay, so for example, ang atong gi-input kay Angelica May and naghan kay siyang pangalan. In string class, only the first word is catered or only the first word is stored in the tawag ani in the variable. However, here in character array, and since we use get line here, all of the inputs from the user, including those inputs with spaces, can be um, can be stored in our array. Okay, as you can see, Angelica May Ann. So unlike if we use string, kita na to unsaon. Have you tried to use string in your submissions class?
Wala, ma'am.
Wala, ma'am.
Let's say this one. Okay. So nag-declare tag string and then name and then meaning to say this one is just under the string. Let's see if it can also cater the whole sentence or all of the words that we will be inputting. Eh, sorry. Okay, as you can see, this is the difference now if we just use string and if we will not be using character array. Because, maskin pag pila ka words imuhang ipang input dira class, ang string will only store the first word that you have inputted. Okay? So that's the difference. Again, dili siya mo pag makakita na gani na siya space, mao na naiyahang ti mailahan nga muhunong na siya og store. So kani lang iyahang gi-store. Okay? So that is the difference now. Since again we are discussing character array, so you have to learn the other functions in array. Okay, character array. So this one is the first one. This is the first function of a character array. Natay maka-input siya og number og name with multiple words that it can also store in an array form. And then ang kalahian lang nila with the number array is kato na ay mga kani this is the index. Here this is just the size. Okay? Dili pasabot na maupo niyang indices. Okay, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now, this is the first function again. We have a lot of function inside or related to C string. So we also have what we call kung imuha ng ihapon ang imuhang gipang input dire class, you can also use C out. Kung imuha ng ihapon kung pila to ka letters imuhang gi-input, you can use the function string length. Okay? str len, meaning to say string length. So ihapon lang niya ang imuhang gi-input. So ihapon nato pila ang iyahang gi-input sa first name. So this is not very important, but it might be on your exam. Okay, so we have to discuss this. So for example lang, i-endel lang natin para dili magsumpay. For example, Kim and May, ana. Pila man ni ka input? Pila ka letters, pila ka characters ang naadara?
Tulo, ma'am.
Ha? How many characters?
Tatlo po.
Tulo, ma'am.
So, any other guess?
9.
9, ma'am.
9. Any other guess?
11 po.
11. Sige, let's see. As you can see, this is 11. Class spaces are also considered as character in programming. Okay? So, tulo, and the two spaces, that is counted as character. Okay? So, that is 11. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, ana lang mag-ihap og pila ka inputs or pila ka letters imuhang gi-input. Just use string length and then put inside the parenthesis the variable name of what you are counting. Okay? Another one is we also have what we call the concatenate. What do you mean by concatenate? Ano yung meaning sa concatenate? Anyone here? What do you mean by concatenate? No one? Okay, when we say concatenate class, that is adding or joining two strings. Yes, that's correct. So concatenate, when we say concatenate, is gisumpay lang nato ang duha. So let's say for example, magpa-input ko diri og last name. Add ko diri og another character or last name. Okay, so ang atong buhaton is i-add nato ang first name o ang last name. So we'll also get the this one is another option class ha. If you just want to get the whole line, you can use get line. But if you think na one word lang akong i-input, you can just use cin and then last name. Okay? We can just use cin and then last name. Okay? So either of the two, but to be safe, you can use cin.getLine. Okay? Okay, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what we want to do is we just have to concatenate the inputs of the first name and the last name. So in order for us to concatenate that, mo we have the str, cat, string, concatenate. Okay, this one is string length, this one is string concatenate. Then kasi i-join lang nato ang duha ka inputs. So, string concatenate of the first name and the last name. Kende lang nato para dili magsumpay. Okay, so what is the possible output of the string cat here? If, for example, mag-input ko diri og nya diri kay cruise, what is the output of string cat?
Uncruise.
Okay, so that's actually correct. So let's say lang po ako ibutang niya, cruise. Our first name is Anne. Ang number of first name is 4. The length of the first name is 4. And then since we have concatenated it, this is now what it looks like. Gi-combine lang niya ang first input o ang second input. So that is the meaning of string concatenate. Understood?
Yes, ma'am. Ay, ma'am, na ako'y pangutan na, ma'am.
Yes po.
Dili na siya ma-space, ma'am, or sumpay gid siya. Ang
Inana gyud siya,
uncruise.
sumpay gyud siya. Kay
Okay po.
murag ato lang na sila gidikit.
Okay po.
Okay. So that is for the concatenate. Naapod tayo another function or string function which is string copy. If you just want to copy the input, let's say that is a string copy is CPY, string copy. Meaning to say, i-copy lang niya ang previous. So let's say, i-copy na ko ang first name. First name lang. Wala ilabot si last name. What do you think is the output for this? Let's try. Oops. String copy. No, dili siya pwede. What is the error? Too few arguments to function. It should have another comma. Let's say string and last name. Declared here. Okay, let's try this one. Let's say Kim and ano to ni og end line. Okay, so the first name is Kim Ann. Ang number of letters or characters for the first name is 8. And then, gi-concatenate niya string cat, first name, and last name. So, since as you can see here, na siya space daan. So, again, that is counted as character. Counted as characters is space. So, wala na niya gihilabtan, gi-concatenate lang niya si Cruz. So gi-add lang niya si Cruz sa ato ang first name. And then string copy, ngano ang Cruz na lang man ang na-copy.
Naa naman ang Kim Ann.
Is it the reason? Kung ibaliktad na pod nato, what do you think will be the output? String copy nato pero ang atong unahon is si last name, first name. Okay, does it matter? We'll see. Okay, here, Kim Ann, you have first name, and then number, and then you concatenate, and then here, it's Cruz. String copy daw, nato si first name and last name. So why does it na Cruz na lang ang nigawas? Any guess? Kung unahon ako na yun, sa kaya mo gawas. So, nag-concatenate. This one is concatenate. Ang string copy is Kim and Cruz gihapon. So, giunsa man ni? Nga naman inani man ni? And then, nag-copy na po ta. Baliktad na sad siya. Kim and Cruz. Anyone? Any guess for the explanation for this one? Scott, any explanation on this?
Wala mo. Sorry, ma'am.
Rosane, any explanation?
Wala rin akong idea, ma'am. Sorry. Wala rin po akong idea.
Okay. So, as you can see, again, as I've said before, sequence sensitive si C++. So, as you can see from here, nag-concatenate na ta sa first name o sa last name, right? So, gi-add na nato si first name o si last name. Another term for concatenate is adding together. So, meaning to say, after niya na-concatenate, gi-string copy daw niya. So, si last name karon o si first name, na-add na sila together. And then, after that, naana po siya nakita nga string copy, which is the last name and first name. So, in this case, added na si first name o si last name. From the concatenate pa lang na part, added na siya. So, pag string copy niya karon, pag kita niya kay last name, is gi-output niya ang last name, which is Kim and Cruz. Kay murag nahimo na siyang last name because again, gi-concatenate na siya. And then another copy, so the same lang gihapon, it also became Kim and Cruz. Okay? Okay? Understood? So meaning to say, maskin pag asa imong iuna dira, kapares ka ganina, Cruz ang nigawas, because of the concatenation, gi-add na gid niya daan. So kung ang imong string copy dira kato nang added na value from the concatenation. Okay, understood? Okay.
Ma'am, for example, ma'am, kung kuha na ang kaning si string cat, ma'am. So, kung ang mabili na ma'am, kaning si string copy, so, mabaliktad-baliktad na siya ma'am, kay first name, then
Yes
last
po.
name. Okay po, ma'am.
Okay, so anyway, this one class, this function string length, string copy, string concatenate is just I'm just showing you this one, the functions that you can use in C string. But this one is just very basic, so we will not be including this in the examination. Pero we might include this one. See out, we have last one, which is string rev. When we say string rev, meaning to say string reverse. So, unsa to imong previous output or previous nimo na code, iyahang i-reverse ang imuhang pag-output. Okay? So, let's say, puro naman siguro ni sila last name. Let's try just last name. Reverse lang niya ang output sa imuhang last name. Say Kim Ann, and then De La Cruz. Or taas-taas. Okay, so this is the work now of the string reverse. Kung sa tong pinaka-last na input or output, siya pod ang pinakauna. So, meaning to say, reverse lang niya ang ato ang characters. Okay? Understood the work of string rev?
Yes, ma'am.
So, as you can see, class, last name lang ang atong ipa-output, pero gi-output niya tanan. Add together. Pag-add nato kay string cat na first name and last name, sulod na ni first name is the Kim Ann Cruz, De La Cruz. Ang sulod na po ni last name is Kim Ann De La Cruz. So na-add na sila together. So regardless last name or first name imuhang ibutang, that would just have the same value. So as you can see from here, from this one, iyahalang gi-reverse into zircalidemic. So mo na siya iyahang string reverse. Understood? Class? Understood so far? Still following so far?
Opo, ma'am.
Any questions so far?
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. Kanang 20, ma'am. Ano pa sa butana?
Hmm?
Kanang 20 po.
Say 20.
Kanang sa program po, ma'am.
This one is just the size. So if you want, you can also change this into 5. This one is just to make sure na ma-cater niya tanan input ni user. Pero it does not mean nga this is the number of letters that we can store. So let's try 5. Kung musugot pa siya og 5, makopy pa ba niya ang tanan inputs kung 5 lang ang atong size. Tahay lang ha nga taas kaya input si user. As you can see, nakataas ang input ni user only wala na siya nagpa-input kay wala na niya nakaya sa size. So just to make sure na tawag ani na pwede siya maka-input og taas kayo na input kay wala man ta kabalo sa user kung daghan iyang i-input, you can just have a bigger size for this one. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Noted.
Any other questions? Okay, no questions on this? Let's
Ay,
move
ma'am.
on to, yes.
What if ang sa first name kay maulang to ang i-reverse bali after sa see out first name dira ibutang ang
Yes, yes.
koan. Okay po. Thank you po.
Anything else? Okay, so no questions on this part. Let's move on to the exciting part. The same lang gihapon akong gamiton. C string using namespace std. Now, the purpose of this one really class is to create a security among your code. So let's say, for example, if you can recall the Facebook or other social media accounts, naaman ay password, right, before you can open your homepage, correct? Naaman yun may Facebook tanan for sure. So the same here, ang atong buhaton, magbuhat po ta og password. Magbuhat ta og code for the password that if kung tama iyahang password, then musulod siya. Pero kung dili tama iyahang password, then magpa-input na po siya another password or magpa-input siya correct password. Di ba, inana sa Facebook, kung mali imong password i-input at first, then you can just input it again. Right?
Yes,
Class?
ma'am.
Okay, so the same here. Let's try just the basic one. Character, and then we have the array name, let's say pass. And then size 20 daw siya. Okay, so let's say ang atong password i-initialize na nato ang atong password to be equal to, let's say, hello lang. With capital letter H. Wait lang, class. Okay. So, di ba, the same with the passwords in your social media accounts or other accounts. Kung capital letter H po dapat ang ato ang i-input na password. Tama? Tama? Okay. So the same gihapon diri kung unsa ang sequence or casing sa imuhang password, that is also the case in confirming your password kung tama ba imong password or mali. So naa na tay gi-set daan na password na hello, and then we'll just have another character array for the confirmation. Okay? So this is just the password confirmation to check if ang imong gi-input na password is correct. So let's say, for example, enter your password. Input lang niya ang asa niya store plus ang gipa-input nato nga password.
Information.
Very good. It should be confirmation. Okay, so again, we have already set our password to be hello. And then we have another character array here for the confirmation of the password. Nagpa-input na ka user og password, dito siya mo store sa confirmation. Dapat, ang confirmation or ang password nga gi-input niya dire under sa confirmation should be equal to the password that we have set, which is hello. Okay, do you still follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so to check if the confirmation or the password inputted by the user is the same as the initialized password here, we'll be using another different or another function under C string, which is the string compare. Okay? I-compare nato ang gi-input niya dire versus sa ato ang giset nga password, which is hello. Okay? So if we have this strcmp. strcmp is string compare. Kung tama ang pagka-compare ni confirmation og ni password nga giset nato, moingon siya congrats. Pero kung dili, magpa-input siya balik og password. Dere. Okay? Do you understand the flow of our program?
Opo, ma'am.
Okay, so now we have the string compare, and the syntax of this one is isulod nato siya sa parenthesis, and then whatever the character array that you are comparing to, you have to put that inside. Should be pass. Compare nato siya sa ato ang pass nga naisulod na hello, comma ang katong array nga imuhang gina compare, which is the confirmation. String compare, it should be inside the parenthesis, pass, and the confirmation should be equal to 0. Understood? 0 lang yun siya, no other number other than 0, because kung other number, magkabuang-buang na iyahang output. Okay? So, string compare, pass, and then kung sa tong naay password, and then katong gi-input nato, dapat kung i-compare nato sila, equal daw sila kay 0. This is by default, ha? By default, in ani na gyud iyahang code. If equal siya sa 0 class, moingon siya og congrats. Your password is correct. Okay? Else, again, kung dili tama iyahang password, magpa-input lang siya balik og password. Okay? So how can we do that? Saan man niya pag-input balik og password?
Go to, ma'am.
Go to, ma'am.
Yes, we can use go to. So asa man nato ibalik ang go to? Asa dapat diri nga part?
Enter your password.
Okay, so let's say we have the A here. Go to A. Okay? So again, kung tama yung password, may siya congrats, your password is correct. If dili, magpa-input siya another password. Okay, sorry. Okay, so our password is capital letter H, but if I say just a small letter H, would it, do you think na dawato niya?
Dili, ma'am. Ipa-input balik.
So magpa-input siya balik. Let's say H, L. Di na niya dawaton hantod sa dili tama ang imuhang password from the set password here. So as you can see, pag tama na yung password, naingon siya, congrats, your password is correct. Okay? Gets? But nga lang natin na clear screen. I-erase lang niya. Let's say enter your password. Okay. Pero kung hello, congrats, your password is correct. Understood?
Opo, ma'am.
Understood? Okay. So this is very important because this is part of your examination. So So let's say for example, class. Naalang siya 5 attempts na mag-input siya password nga tama. After that, i-block na siya sa system. So how can we do that? Mag-input siya password, tapos pag ikalima ka-attempt nga mali siya, moingon siya system block. Pero kung tama siya, moingon siya congrats, your password is correct. What do you think we should do? How can we count that? Anyone? Class, saan man nato na? Did you get the point or the question? The problem?
Yes, ma'am. Pero walay idea on saon.
Okay, so this is where the loop would come in already. So magpa-input tag password. Pero dapat i-check niya kalima lang. Kalima nga wrong inputs of the password block na iyahang system. So we'll be using loop for that case. Let's say na atay counter dara na x. For x is equal to 0, x is less than 5, x plus plus. But this is just 5, right? 0 to 4. Pwede po 1 o ani, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, again, magpa-input tag password, dapat kalima lang, and then after ana i-block na niya ang system kung mali. So, isulod, try na natin isulod. So, natay hello na password. Magpa-input og password kay user, store siya kay confirmation. If tama ang gi-input, mosulod siya congrats, your password is correct. Pero kung dili, di na ta pwede mag-else diri kay naa naman diri sa sulod ng if. Okay, so let's try this one ha. Dapat if congrats, your password is correct kung tama. Pero kung mali, unsa man nato siya pagsulod? How can we catch nga kung mali siya mo block iyahang system? So diba kanay kalima daw ni siya magpa-input kay 5 man ni. So hantod sa dili niya mahuman ang 5, magsige pa siya og tuyok. Let's try, let's see. Output daw natin diri sa gawas ang 5 attempts reached. System block. Let's try lang. Okay, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you can see, 5 attempts reached, system block. 5 karong attempts iyahang gi-try. Pero mali gihapon iyang password. So nigawas na siya sa loop. Niingon siya 5 attempts reached, system blocked. Do you understand now?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the problem is if ngayon siya direct 1. And then pagka second attempt na remember na niya, hello, di ay ang password. So should be, musulod siya kay congrats, right?
Opo.
So nasulod siya. Pero nagpa-input pagihapon siya og password. So how? Nga mag-halt na ang ato ang system. Unsaon man? Yes, we can use break for this one. Right? Asa man nato ibutang ang break?
Sa loop.
Dire, sa baba, right? Tama? Tama? Okay, let's try again. Wait. Break naman. Break na siya diretso. Wala pa gani. So, saan man?
After anang kuan, ma'am. I mean inside sa kanang if nga kuan. Tara po. Try.
Dire?
Oo.
Okay, let's try. Pero, igawas gyapon siya 5 attempts reached. So, saan man?
Another
Instead of
break.
break what? When we say break is i-break lang niya ang loop, right? Pag break niya sa loop, nakita man niya ni. So, dili dapat break ang term. Unsa man dapat? What do you think?
Yung end, ma'am.
Yung
End.
NL, ma'am.
And L? And L is just next line, right?
Default, ma'am.
Default. Tapos, ano siya mga nasa default? Di ba sa switch case na? Any other term other than break? That was on your exam.
If else, ma'am.
If else.
Go to,
Tapos,
ma'am.
go to. No, not CLS. CLS is just clearing the screen. Katong na sa inyong exam, sa third exam. What's the other option there? Hmm? Unsay line option na dito?
Void. Katong void.
No. We have the exit 0, right? Diba? This was also part of your third exam. Haven't you tried that?
Tama din mo tong sa case B.
Yeah. So, let's say, hello. Exit na kaya ni? Pag humani og output og congrats. So, as you can see, congrats, your password is correct. And then, wala na siya, di na dapat siya moagi sa 5 attempts reach. Kaya wala man niya na-reach ang 5 attempts. Okay? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, hearing none, so I'll be giving you another exercise. That is related to this one, the character array. I will just be posting it after this session in the LMS. You can submit it until 9:30 p.m. later, and also I'll be posting your plate that you can submit until Saturday. Okay? Any questions? Questions? Okay, hearing none, then I think that's it for today's session. Anong wala makanitingo ganina bang guess?
Nag-log akong kuan, ma'am.
Who
Cellphone.
else? Kasi wala na attendance. Lagay na kayong mga ano, candidate for drop.
Ma'am, mag-klase ka tomorrow, ma'am.
Yes. We'll have another discussion tomorrow. Who else? Okay. So I think that's it for this morning. Thank you, everyone. See you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye po.
Sige po, ma'am.
Morning!